Hey guys, so we are live again. We are live again, and our guest is already here. She's already here. So you're welcome to another edition of WLAB Convos. It's another conversation with our facilitator, and it's all about the Right and End Like a Bust Academy happening in August. So yes, you're warming up. We're getting ready. It's just 19 days to go. We are counting down. If you've not registered, what are you waiting for? So tell me where you're joining us from. Let me know. I'm joining you from the city of Enugu. It's a cold, rainy day in my city. So tell me what's happening at your own end. Where are you joining us from? So get online and join the conversation. If you're watching the replay, type replay in the comment section and let me know. Okay. So let me get our guest on board with us.
Hi,
Hello, Ma.
Nancy. Hi,
Glad to have
good
you here.
evening. Okay,
Good evening,
yeah.
Ma. Glad to have you here. Oh, wow. I'm so excited to have you here. Wow. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm happy to be here too.
Oh, okay. So, guys, we have here with us the one and only Ijeoma TDaniels. Thank you so much for joining us, Ma, here. It's really an honor to have you here. And we are counting down to the WLAB Academy. Wow. Okay. So, I guess people are wondering, so who is this lady? They've been seeing flyers, they are seeing profile, they are seeing topic, and they're wondering, who is this lady, ma? Please. I guess people are trying to know who you are. So, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's get to know you.
Okay, my name is Ijeoma TDaniels. I'm a writer. Firstly, a writer, and I'm a writer's coach. I think I like to say that my life surrounds about writing and storytelling. So almost everything I do is about writing, about storytelling. I have blogs where I write. I have about two blogs. One is a blog for storytelling, just fiction, sharing stories, and then I have a blog for parenting for um, I call it the Seeking Mom blog. Then I write books for myself, and then I'm a ghostwriter, a freelance writer. I have worked for um, international organizations. I have worked on international platforms, gotten clients on international platforms, and worked for international clients on those platforms. And I'm a content creator. I help to create content for brands, for businesses, for their websites, for their blogs, and all of that. That's about summarize what I or who I am and what I do.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome. So, in your profile, there are two striking things for me in your profile. The first one
Okay.
is that you studied industrial chemistry and then you worked as a customer service personnel in an oil and gas company and a bank as well. And I'm wondering, so when did the switch
What's the
happen and
correlation?
how were you able to switch from that to
From
writing?
all
And
of
you're doing
that
so
to
excellently
writing.
well there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you know how life happens. When we're in secondary school, we have something that we believe we're going to become. So while I was in secondary school, I wanted to become a medical doctor.
Oh.
And then I I of course you write jam and then you don't make the cutoff for medicine and then you look for the nearest course to do. The second course I wanted to do was pharmacy, but my school then was not offering pharmacy. So and they told me that if you read industrial chemistry, you can work as a pharmacist, like they were
Yeah.
possibly at par and all of that. So I just said, okay, let me take industrial chemistry, and that was how I got into industrial chemistry. But right from when I was in secondary school, you know how I've been someone who have always been thrilled by reading fiction. I loved to read novels. It was so bad that I can remember the night before I wrote my economics paper for WAEC. The night before I wrote my economics paper for WAEC, I saw this novel that was passing. I know how we read books in secondary school then,
Yeah.
it's turn by turn. So So
Yeah.
the lady in my corner, she was reading the book, and her turn was supposed to end that day, and then she will pass to the next person. And I was thinking of, before I'll get to the queue, the queue was just too long, and then before I'll get
Oh,
to the end of the
yes.
queue, I now told her, okay. So I took the book from her that day. I put the book inside my economics textbook, and I read the book all through the
Wow.
night. And
Wow.
then, just because I had these I had a love for stories. And then I found out, even while in secondary school, when I read stories like that, I always wanted to retell it in my own words. I would always say, I would always ask questions of, what if the story ended this way? What if this character did this? So it was something that was in me and all of that. And then I found out that all through the university, I didn't have a problem with creating things. I was in units that helped me to write, in all this kind of press and all of those things that I helped me express myself through writing. It was very easy for me. But we don't take those things seriously. I mean, those days, we didn't used to think there was anything serious about writing. And then,
Yeah.
but after I graduated from the university, and the only thing I wanted to do was to become a banker. It was the only job I wanted to do in my life. It was the only thing I was aspiring to become a banker. So I was only applying for bank jobs. And when I wasn't getting because then that was when all this the embargo on employment started. So we were not getting things as we could. And of course, next available thing, we have to make money now. We have to start earning money. The
Yeah.
next available thing was for me to work as a customer service rep in an oil and gas servicing firm. And then I did that for about 3 years, 4 years, in two different companies actually. And then the bank job finally opened up for me. And then I entered the bank, and to get into the bank and then ask myself, is this all there is to this banking?
Yeah, the reality
And
and the dream.
it just hit me like, it's as if
Yeah.
you're aspiring for something, and then you get there and you're like, I thought when I get here, I'm
Yeah.
going to do like Eureka. And but so by then I'd already tried my hands on blogging, and a lot of little things like that. And then I now thought, I mean, let me go into this full time. In fact, by the time I was leaving the bank, I didn't even know what I was going to do. Right, as far as I was concerned, I just thought I was going to write books and sell. That was all I thought about.
Okay.
I was going to do with writing. I just wanted to write books and sell books, and that was what I had in mind. And then, as I came out, it was after I had resigned that I met someone who opened my eyes to the other side to writing, the profitable side to writing. There was something that he told me then. He said he doesn't like to write because he enjoys writing. He likes to write because writing pays him. And I was
Mm.
looking at him like, because then we knew that writing was something that you had to do out of passion. You have to be passionate about
Yeah.
it. It doesn't matter how much you're making from it and all of that. So, but he opened my eyes. He was one that introduced me to international platforms, where I could look for job. And because he just looked at me and said, "Idma, you're too good. You're too good a writer." Is on Facebook. We used to express ourselves and all. So he had seen
Yeah.
my writing on Facebook, and he said, "You're too good a writer to not to be profitable with your writing and all." And that was how the journey
Wow.
began.
Well, your story just brought memories back to me, especially the secondary school part. I went to a
Yeah.
boarding school, and so we had night class. Night class is time for reading, but we spent night class reading novels. Like I said, I miss
And
secondary
then,
school because, You get to read more books that you didn't actually have to buy or own.
Yes,
Then
yes,
now that you have to
exactly.
buy it. Oh wow. Wow. And it says that you've written 20 books. Now I'm not even surprised. Like your history with stories. I'm like 20 weeks and I'm just finishing my first book. Wow. 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 How were you able to
Yes,
pull
I
that off?
know. Um, um, I think I was quite, let me say, I was quite hungry. I was quite hungry. And so mine was a thing of both passion and then I needed to make money. So after I left the bank, I I thought I had saved up enough money that would sustain me for a while. But something happened that made the cash to disappear. You know, I made a wrong investment. I invested into a Ponzi, and then
Oh,
my money disappeared. And then I had to feed myself. I had my younger sister was in school, and I was responsible for her schooling at that time. So I was one who was sending her pocket money. I told my parents to take their mind off that. So I was one who was sending her pocket money and thinking of her school fees and all those expenses. And she wasn't schooling in Nigeria. So I had to make money somehow. So I was too hungry. That's the what I would say. I was just too hungry and I needed to make money. So and it meant that the more I was able to, and as at then it was writing books that was giving me more money than the international platform because I needed to. No, before I got a hang of working in the international platform. The book was what was paying me, so I knew that I had a space of 3 weeks to deliver a book, and so I had to sit down and do everything to make sure that that book was ready in 3 weeks. So because I had that, I my churn rate was quite high then, and I because I know that if I don't do it, I'm not going to get money. So somehow I had to do it, and that was
yeah.
it.
Yeah, so true. Like Trisha B's made a post on Instagram was like, "One motivated to start business." She's like, "Hunger. Like we need to make money to feed and pay other bills." So when you
Yeah,
decide to go the professional way to start making money through writing, were there mistakes you
yeah.
made along the path?
Yeah, and that is what that's one thing. Everyone who comes to me as a writer now, and then they start talking to me about trying to build their writing career. I always say something: while you are freelancing, while you are a writing agency, while you are doing things for people, please make sure you're building something for yourself. What do I mean?
Okay.
If you are writing, if you're going to write 6 books for a client, for clients in a year, make sure that you're going to write, plan it so that you're going to write 2 books for yourself and put them on Amazon or on any sales platform, because there's something about generating passive income for yourself. So if you are building something, if you're building while you are doing all you are doing to make money as a writer, because we know the truth is that we must feed, we must eat, we must put body and soul together and all of that. So you see that you are more pushed or more driven to do client work because that's what's paying you. Your own work is not going to pay you. You understand? There's no money in your
Yeah.
account from your own work that you are here to do. But
Yeah.
client work, at least they've paid you initial deposit, so you're more
Yeah.
motivated to do client work. But however you do it, just find time to make sure that you are building your own thing, whether it is writing books and publishing on Amazon for passive income, or creating a blog for yourself, or just something that is an asset that you as a writer own. That's one thing I always tell writers. Now make sure that you are building something for yourself. What happens is that you what it's going to help you have a portfolio for yourself, because
Yeah.
I mean 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line, you're expected to have moved from the talakawa that you were that first year that you started
Yeah.
and grown to something. So there's something that you can show someone to say this is where how far I've come. And they are not all client jobs. They are not all, because the
Yeah.
truth is that okay, like there are some jobs that I did when I got on Upwork in 2017. there's some jobs that I did in in that 2017 that I try to reference them as to refer clients to those jobs to show my portfolio, and the websites are no longer active. The websites
Oh,
are the owners of the website have, they couldn't continue or
yeah.
something. Do you understand? So I can't, no matter how much job I did for that person that year, I can't
Mm-hmm.
refer to it again, except I have it somewhere where I stored it up, and it's that does not even is not even credible enough, because most times clients want to see a published body of work.
Yeah.
So while you are creating something, while you are working for clients, make sure that you are building your own thing alongside, something that will speak for you, something that will stand as your own body of work. That's
Wow.
one major thing that I always tell people that one that when they are starting their writing career, to make sure that they put into consideration.
Wow, that's an amazing one. Wow, it's really insightful for me. And that's goes to say that writers should always try to have published assets aside the work you're doing for clients. And it's
Yes,
also tricky when it comes to ghostwriting. Our guest last week, Gideon, was saying that when comes to ghostwriting, sometimes you're not able to show that work and say, oh, I hadn't had this or I did
that's the
this.
truth. Okay, like I was saying, I told you I have written well over 20 books, but
Yeah.
it's only three I can point to right now. Do you understand? I can't claim to have written those works
Those
for those people.
ones.
Some of them, in fact, there's one of them that went on to, oh, I was developed into a movie. You know how you'll be watching it, you just put your
Wow.
hand like this.
Wow. That's a big one.
I wrote this, but you can't claim
Yeah.
it. You can't claim it and all of that. So
Yeah.
you just have to have something that you can either look at and console yourself and say,
Mm.
it's not all bad and
Yes,
all of
yeah. At
that.
least something that has your name, even if it's a blog or a book,
Yes,
it's your name, your work.
exactly, exactly.
Wow.
Something that you take
Wow.
credit for.
Yeah. Wow, that's an awesome one. Are there other things you wish you knew while starting out, aside from building a published asset for yourself? Are there other things you wished you knew while starting out that would have made the journey easier for you?
I wished I knew how I learned how to sell myself very
Wow.
early, because even up to now I'm still having to struggle with selling myself. When I first met my husband, I was doing a job, and then by then we didn't even know, we're just talking as friends. We didn't know we're going to get married and all of that. So we're just talking as friends. And then I was just telling him, that this is a particular job I'm doing now, and this is how much I'm being paid. This is how much I'm being paid for it. And he looked at me like, what? I said, and then he tried to tell me how I was selling myself too short. I was much more than I was charging, and all of that. I told him, everything is not about money, my dear. Everything is not about. He still teases me with that thing. I can't see that thing. So I wished I learned. It's now that it's dawning on me that I've really sold myself short over the years. I mean, there. Excuse me.
Kamsi is making contributions to the conversation.
And you know how you come into a place, and then, or you listen to people talk about how much they get to charge for the things
Yeah.
that they do, and you ask yourself, is this person better than me? Is this person better than me, and all of that? One thing I would tell every writer, I think is an Achilles heel for writers. We are too humble with our craft. That is one of the reasons why it's like I follow Emeka Nobi's like bumper to bumper like
Yes.
this, because he's one person who is not humble about his craft. Do you
Yeah.
understand? He's not.
Yeah.
It's not as if it's pride or anything, but he understands his worth. Do you understand? He understands what he's bringing to the table. I tell people, we writers, the truth is that we are very, very critical of ourselves. It happens to
Mm.
most writers that I know, that I have been in close circles with, who do great jobs, we are very critical of ourselves. So we're always feeling like, if I charge more than this person will not pay. If I charge more than this person will not pay. And if this person, my husband will always tell me, the time you're going to, the truth is that you will collect, because you need the money. For instance,
Yeah.
somebody wants to write a 30,000 word book. Because you need the money, not tell the person, okay, 40,000 naira, you use and do it. Person now pays you 20,000, person now pays you 40,000 naira, and then you start
Yeah.
doing the work. Maybe you have used the 40,000 naira to solve
Mm.
family problem, but the work is still
Yeah.
there. By the time you're doing the work, the weight of the work and how hard the work is,
Wow.
the frustration, you will forget about that you received any amount of money
True.
for that. So one thing I would tell every upcoming writer, everyone who is beginning their writing career, or who is in their writing career, is learn to sell yourself. If it means you going through a mindset coaching, a mindset rewiring, something like that, to get you to see yourself as what you are really worth, please do
Yeah.
it. Let's sell this craft. Let's sell this skill for what it is. See, I was talking at one training last week, and I told them, I said, the internet cannot exist without writers.
Yeah.
If there were no
Yeah.
writers, there would be no internet. Imagine that you come on Facebook every day. The only thing you just come is just to see pictures.
Sure.
Nothing,
Yeah.
no caption, no anything. Do you understand? You just come and just see moving still pictures. It would be boring. But the fact that
Yeah.
people will come and share, what makes the internet, what makes social media what it is mostly the write-ups that we see. It's mostly the captions that we see, because anybody can interpret a picture anyway. But when you put a
True.
picture and then you put a caption, person will now read the
Yeah.
caption and see the picture and now laugh or get angry and pull sword. You understand? So we need to
Yeah.
understand how important this skill we have is. I mean, we run the world. I mean,
True.
we run the
True.
world right
True.
now, and we need to
True.
understand that much about ourselves.
True. Even with the rate of video content, you still need write-ups because some people would rather read the transcript of that video than the
It's
video
the
itself.
truth.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the truth.
Wow. And this thing you said is really important about sales. I feel writers don't sell themselves enough. And it could be because of this whole thing of imposter syndrome. You're like, what would they think of me? Would they say I'm being too commercial? I'm looking for money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
I
think it's
know.
it's a really important one. Wow. Awesome. Okay, ma. Your topic in the academy. I think that's one of the topics people are looking forward to because it's about money, making the money. So give us an overview of what your topic is going to be about. What should the participants expect to learn from your session in the academy?
Okay, my session in the academy is going to be very practical. I'm going to delve directly into how to earn money from international platforms as a Nigerian writer, or an African writer. Let me put an African writer, because we have a lot of limitations. You know, once your IP address shows that you're in Nigeria or something, there are some platforms you cannot access. But then there are some that are already open to us. And then how do we make the most of those platforms? How do we make the best of those platforms? I have 12 platforms that I always tell writers that they can't do. But during the training, because of time constraints, I'm going to practically apply for jobs on three
Wow.
there on the training. So I'm going to show them how to go about applying for jobs on those three platforms. So it's going to be a practical session. I'm not just going to come and talk theory. I'm going to take them through the first platform, through the second platform, through the third platform, and then I'll mention the remaining platforms for them to go and see how they can access those platforms and work on them. But I'm going to practically show them how to get jobs on three different
Wow.
platforms.
Ah, I'm not looking
That's
forward to your class. So wow. See, if you've been saying we are not getting clients, no money in writing, this is the time to come and learn it. Practical. Like This one is as you're doing it, I dey see. I'm like I'm seeing it. Seeing is believing.
Mhm.
Wow! Thank you so much, ma. It was
Thank
awesome having
you.
you here. I enjoyed this session and I learned quite a lot. So wow, wow! Especially that
Yeah.
part of sales and the published assets. Thank you so much. We're looking forward to having you in the academy in August.
I'm
Thank
looking
you
forward to
so
the
much.
academy too.
Oh, well, thank you, thank you. So, guys, here's what we
Thank
come to
you
the
so
end
much.
of today's session. So, if you've not registered for the academy, the time is ticking fast. You can click on the link above that you can see above and register. We have 19 days to go, 19 days. See, this is just a tip of the iceberg. This conversation you just experienced is just a tip of the iceberg. Imagine what you're going to learn. This one is you just have to, my notepad is ready, my pen is ready, my jotter, everything is ready. I'm ready to write, to download, to start as they do am, I dey do am. So if you're here to register for the Write and Earn Like a Boss Academy, this is the time to get in. It's not about theory, it's not about talking. This is practicality for you to learn and do with yourself. Okay. So I will see you guys on Thursday on Instagram for another session of Write and Earn Like a Boss Academy. And in that session, we're going to be having none other than Imi Akman. So see you guys on Instagram on Thursday. Bye.